Frankie, talk us through the last couple of months. You signed the contract with Sam Stout. Talk about your preparations. Who are you working with to get ready for this fight? Obviously an impressive victory. Can you tell us how things played out for your training camp?
Yeah, I mean, everything went to the T, you know. They called me up with two opponents, and before I even heard the second opponent, they said Sam Stout. I jumped on it immediately, you know. Everybody thought I was crazy for it, you know. Sam Stout being a veteran, I'm still a rookie in the UFC, you know. And I was going through a lot of personal things when I fought Case, and I thought this was a perfect opportunity to, you know, have everything erased in the past and really show who Frankie Perez is. And that's really what happened, man. I had the best camp I've ever had in my entire life, and I really got super sharp, a lot better, and training with the best guys in the world. Ricardo Almeida's, you know, with Frankie Edgar, Edson Barbosa, Marlon Moraes, Corey Anderson, a lot of guys that aren't even, you know, in the UFC yet, you know, like Max Bohannon, Des Morgan. So many guys came out to help me with this camp, man, and it just really, you guys saw what happened, you know. My coaches got me as ready as they could, and it was up to me to just leave everything out there, and I did.
How do you separate some of the personal things that are going on in your life and try to keep focus and keep your eye on the prize? Obviously, you're going into a dangerous endeavor inside of the cage. How do you keep all those personal things from crawling into your head?
Yeah, it's hard, man. You know, especially a guy like me. I'm very mental. You know, I'm very I think a lot. You know, but I have a very supportive family and very supportive friends, and just being able, once the second I get on the mat, man, I kind of erase everything out of my head, and you know, that's it. It's time to think about what's going to happen in front of you. You know what I mean? So it's the same thing going to the cage. You know, when I'm in the back, I'm just thinking about everything, all the 12 weeks that we've been training. You know, and it's really time to show what I've been working on, and time to just let everything go and stop thinking about all the bad stuff, stop thinking about all the good stuff, and let's go in there and have some fun, you know. And that's what my coach said to me, Coach Mark. You know, he just, hey, forget about the lights, forget about the crowd. You know, it's just us here, but you know, it's time to go in there, have some fun, and show who you are. You know?
We've heard a lot about Mark Henry and how he's added confidence and helped elevate his athletes. What is it about Mark Henry and his coaching style?
Man, Mark's like a second father to me. You know, he's a coach, he's a friend, he's like a father figure to me. You know, he just has so much passion for this sport and our team. He just really wants the best for us, you know. And you guys saw what he did with Frankie, with Marlon, with Edson, with myself, with Corey Anderson. You know, he's just unbelievable. You know, he tapes our sparring sessions, he writes us up codes. You know, we game plan with him. He's just an unbelievable individual, you know. And him or Ricardo Almeida, they're like a tag team, you know, duo, and they just really see things that other coaches don't. You know, we don't think basic here, we think out of the box, and everybody has their own style, and Mark and Ricardo are very understanding about that.
It seems that you know, there's trends in mixed martial arts that people have to follow. You have to work on your ground skills and your mental skills. We talked to a coach like Matt Hume of Demetrius Johnson, and he says you have to think outside of the box. It's only the guys that think outside of the box that will kind of rise to the top. Why is that important?
Can you repeat the question? Sorry.
Thinking outside of the box. Why is that important?
You always got to think outside the box, man. When you know, when I first got into the sport, jiu-jitsu at 17, you know, it was just your grappler versus striker versus wrestler versus whatever, you know. And now guys are so diverse. It's, you got to think outside of the box. You got to be different. You got to be able to fight lefty. You got to be able to fight righty. You need wrestling, you know. So with our camp, everybody has their own style. You know, Frankie's got his style, Edson's got his style, Marlon's got his style, I have my style, you know. So and Mark and Ricardo are able to change our stuff and see what works for us, and see what, like, some stuff work for Frankie that don't work for me, some stuff works for me that don't work for Frankie, you know. So that on that aspect, it's great as they can adapt to each and every one of their fighters.
I think many people were thinking if Sam Stout lost this fight, it would be him retiring. Right. You come out on a great win like this. This has to be something that's been in the making for a long time.
Yeah, it's been in the back of my head, and you know, sitting there when I made weight, you know, the day before, and it was just a lot of thinking, you know, and talking to my mom and all my family back home. You know, I called them up one by one, and it was just the right time, man. You know, this is a brutal sport. I love it. I'm a biggest fan of it. You know, when I'm not here, I'm home watching videos on YouTube or on TV. You know, so. It just felt right. You know, it was just the right time. I'm just ready for the next thing in my life, and that's it.
What is the next thing? You're obviously you got to have a plan when you decide to retire from what many people call the NFL of mixed martial arts. What's the next step? Do you have a plan?
Yeah, of course, man. I mean, I don't live paycheck to paycheck like some of these guys do, and I feel sorry for them because, you know, some of these guys don't have anything but whatever they make in the UFC, and they're not paying, you know. So I have a couple businesses back home that are successful that I've been doing for years. You know, I train all week, 6 days a week, and then I work all weekend, you know, so I stay relatively busy. And, you know, my parents have their business, so I stay busy with them, you know. I've always figured it out, you know, but I'm definitely going to open up a gym soon. Open up a gym, travel the world, see my family in Miami, and that's it, man. I'm just going to live life and be happy, you know.